Yo guys, Ozzy here. I just wanted to come in and talk about last night. Wow, last night. I did stream last night over on my Doobie Daddy account and had a lot of fun over there talking with my friends, doing a little bit of fun streaming over there, hanging out. And then afterward I went upstairs and decided to check out the Paul Tyson fight or Tyson Paul fight or whatever you want to call it. I decided to take part in this cultural phenomenon that was going on to see exactly what was going to happen with this fight. I personally was pretty confident based on the past and who he is that Mike Tyson had a good chance on taking this on, even with Jake Paul being much younger than him and having that kind of in his prime thing right now, where Mike unfortunately is somewhat beyond his prime. And I just decided it was conducive to watching it. I wanted to see the hype. I wanted to see Mike take down Paul, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. We'll talk about that a little bit. But here's how it went. I saw the initial interview, and I saw Mike talking to Jake Paul and roundly slapping him across the face, which I was like, okay, I'm down for that. It looked like he was good. Like there was a chance there. Obviously, again, Mike Tyson's 58, and I love Mike Tyson. I've followed Mike Tyson for a while. I'm not a huge person who likes boxing and stuff like that, but I've always kind of background followed Mike's career. I liked a lot of the stuff he did outside of boxing. Obviously, not talking about the bad things that he's done, only the positives that he has. But being that he's more of a Gen X person, someone from like my era and stuff, I definitely was pulling for, I guess, the old dog in the fight to pull one last one out in the end. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. We saw Mike coming down to the ring, and he had a knee brace on, and that kind of that was my first indication that there was something going on. And then to see him in the ring, his movement was not the man that I remembered watching. So I kind of had the feeling that this could go in Jake Paul's favor. Then the first two rounds, I mean, he got some good hits in. He couldn't stick them as well as I was hoping, but he got some decent hits in. It wasn't the power that we're used to out of Tyson, but again, 58 years old, and the man's got a knee brace on, barely, he moved, but he's 58, guys. And he's going up against a 27-year-old, a guy who's actually literally in his prime and into prime, probably because it's his brother, the Brit, that makes that. But, it was a definite kind of, it was a spectacle, because after that second round, I mean, it was like watching a dancing competition. Seriously, the two of them were dancing around the ring and barely any hits, nothing really significant. I'm sorry. I love Mike Tyson. He was not in condition to fight. He should not have fought that fight. But they should have looked at that. They should have seen that knee brace, and they should have known this is not good for him right here, right now. But he went through with it, and we have what we have. Now, I will say there was not a lot of like raucous yay when Jake Paul ended up taking the win. It was very subdued. I believe I heard quite a few boos actually in the audience, which I will give Jake Paul one thing. Toward the end of the bout, in the 8th round, when things were at the end, pretty much, he had a chance at one point. Mike was kind of there. He had a chance. He could have reached out and he could have given Mike a pretty good, some good chin music there. He held back. He looked at the older statesman and he bowed. So that sign of respect did kind of give me a little bit of a pause to not hate Jake Paul quite as much as I have in the past. I don't like him. I still feel he took advantage of someone who, had no real business fighting right now. As much as I love Mike Tyson, I just feel he wasn't there physically. He wasn't there. And it showed. It was a good showing. It was a good thing for him to go out and try, but he just wasn't ready, unfortunately. And it led to that loss. They questioned him if he'd ever fight again. He kind of like... I mean, this is Mike Tyson. He's a warrior. He's been through shit, you know? Yeah, if he gets a chance, he probably will. But honestly, I think it's about time for him to hang the gloves up and move on to better things, because he's got other businesses now. He's known for other things now. You don't need to do it anymore, Mike. I love you, and I'd rather see you live another 40 years, 50 years than continue down this road and end up being lost to us, because you are Iron Mike Tyson, one of the greatest of all time. And I want to thank you for everything that you've done. You showed a lot of people that even with a background from almost nothing, you can come up and be someone that, even though you have some issues with anger and some things like that, you can work your way past it and become better than that. And I really think Mike Tyson's an inspiration. And if maybe some of what happened with this fight is that some of who Mike Tyson is and his elder statesmanship, the fact that he has grown and matured, rubs off on Jake Paul, then that is a Mike Tyson win right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about what I'm putting out, and let me know any good constructive criticism would be wonderful. And I would just love to hear from you guys. But that's going to be it for me on this particular subject. I'll talk to you later. Ozzy out. Bye, guys.